Thank you very much. Please be seated. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Minister for Education, senior government officials, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of His Excellency, I wish to warmly welcome you to the Presidency for the presentation of the report by the Transition Committee for the transfer of the University of Ghana Medical Center. Without much ado, may I now invite the Honorable Minister for Education, Honorable Haruna Iddrisu, a Member of Parliament, to welcome us all to this gathering. Shall we please receive him with a round of applause?
Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief, colleague MPs and Deputy Ministers, the Executive Secretary to the President, Chair of the University of Ghana Council and Legal Advisor to President Mahama, Maretta Brew, and very distinguished members of the 8th July Committee of President Mahama, which was co-chaired by Professor Aaron Lawson and Professor Mutokil Ibn Iddrisu, together with Professor Yvonne De Adumaku, Professor Enyonam Kwakume, and Professor Titus Beyo, Member of Parliament, Dua at Rural MP for Mr. President, and Dr. Abdulaziz Bamba, Dr. Samuel, and Mr. Desmond Boateng and Matilda, representing the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education, and Mrs. Susan, who was Secretary. Excellency President Mahama, I'm sure I rightly can describe you as the steward of honor. You are walking the talk in honor and observing with some religious precision, even though with you won with an overwhelming or extraordinary mandate as is being described, with unrivaled popularity. You are still keeping faith with the Ghanaian people in terms of the pledges you made to the Ghanaian people. And one of such pledges, Mr. President, was that you will hand over the University of Ghana Medical Center to the University of Ghana to support the teaching of medicine and research, and to position the institution as an institution of excellence. Today, Mr. President, we are here to hear the committee presenting its report. Without prejudice, Mr. President, we will, after you hear from the committee chair, make appropriate recommendations to you, Mr. President, to constitute probably an interim management committee of 9 to oversee the University of Ghana Medical Center, but under the absolute control and supervision of the University of Ghana. So to you, gentlemen of the media, President Mahama promised to cut the size of government. He's done that from whatever 120 or 88 to 98 to 60 to 58 years. He promised to establish the Mahama Care to deal with other communicable diseases under the sector. He's honored that. But Mr. President, at the time that you are meeting the University of Ghana and academia, I understand that there's some ongoing strike action. Let me use opportunity to call on our friends in academia that one, President Mahama is honoring his word. He's giving you unfettered, what the Constitution guarantees as academic freedom. He's giving it to you absolute, that he would not interfere with the freedom of the university. I do not think that we are reciprocating the gesture kind enough of President Mahama. So may I use this opportunity to call on the striking senior staff members and members of UTAC to call off the strike action. Understandably, you have two legitimate issues. One, outstanding payment of Tier 2 pensions. That has been done partly. We inherited about 1 billion As at this afternoon, the controller had paid about 396 million Ghana cedis, leaving about 600, and that is also in process. Mr. President, I met with the Honorable Minister for Finance and Controller, and we agreed to work the process to get it done. On the other matter, Mr. President, I'll be coming back to you on the retirement per the provisions of the Constitution on the retirement age of 60, and allowing those of them in academia to be able to end the academic calendar without any disruption, for which senior members of the university are requesting same. But today, Mr. President, my task is a very simple one, is to thank your committee on your behalf for the yeoman's job they have done, and probably as you hear their recommendations, Mr. President, will be guided how you want it done. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen and colleagues gathered here, today President Mahama, as I said, is re-establishing his name as a steward of honor. He pledged that he would hand over UGMC and Deputy Minister for Health from Ghana Health Service to University of Ghana. Thankfully, the Minister said you'll be here to support us whilst he sees to the approval of your formula and that of Mahama Care in Parliament. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for those kind words. May I now invite Professor Aaron Lawson, co-chair, to deliver or to make his presentation highlighting the report. Shall we please receive him with a round of applause, please?
Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Minister for Education, Honorable Deputy Minister for Health, Chairperson of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, University of Ghana, senior government officials, members of the University of Ghana Medical Center Transition Team, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this opportunity to present our committee's reports on reintegrating the University of Ghana Medical Center with its original academic mandates under the University of Ghana. Our work responds to His Excellency the President's post-election declaration establishing this transition committee with an 8-point mandate focusing on operational review, integration mechanisms, challenges in funding, staffing, resources, with solutions, and a transitional secretariat. Our report thus assesses operations across the UGMC, the University of Ghana Medical School, College of Health Sciences, and related entities, proposes integration guidelines for a coherent academic health system. It also identifies challenges and solutions and provides an implementation plan. Let me, Mr. President, summarize the report's structure. It is in chapters. Chapter 1 deals with the background and it outlines the post-election context and committee mandates, as well as the approach to mandate execution. Chapter 2 deals with the current status. It details UGMC's growth since 2017, including rising patient numbers, staff expansion, alongside key challenges in human resources, infrastructure, and operations. Chapter 3, handover proposals. This envisions a seamless total handover of the University of Ghana to the University of Ghana with detailed documentation, timelines, and rationales provided. Chapter 4 deals with stakeholder integration. It maps out UGMC's ecosystem for an academic health model, drawing lessons from global leaders like Johns Hopkins, Washington University in St. Louis, and the University of Maryland Health System, all in the United States of America. Also, University College London Hospital and Cleveland Clinic in the United Kingdom. we integrate the medical school, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the University Hospital as feeders with sequenced steps, mitigation strategies for challenges, and seamless mechanisms. Chapter 5, Sustainability Analysis. This addresses operational aspects, namely service delivery, human resources, infrastructure, equity, etc., and financial viability. We have modeled scenarios for self-sustainability, capacity utilization, required investments, and pathways to reduce reliance on government subventions with precise calculations and recommendations. Chapter 6 summarizes findings on governance, fragmentation, and operational silos, recommending immediate share transfer, HR harmonization, and a 10-year transition to fully wean off government subventions with performance-based leadership contrast. Chapter 7, Implementation Roadmap. This is in 3 phases. Phase 1, the first year, prioritizes legal transfer via share transfer and governance agreements, MOU, board reconstitution, HR mapping, and initial UGMS faculty rotations at UGMC. Phase 2, 1 to 4 years, advances functional integration through specialist expansions, infrastructure upgrades, residency accreditations, and international partnerships. Phase 3, 5 to 10 years, achieves full maturation with advanced research facilities, CHS relocation to Legon, and UGMC as Ghana's premier quaternary center within a consolidated academic health system. Finally, Mr. President, our recommendations span service delivery, human resources, infrastructure, finances, and integration, culminating in a 10-year plan in which there are immediate actions for year 1, medium-term steps for years 2 to 5, and long-term strategies for years 6 to 10. In conclusion, Mr. President, this report marks the culmination of our mandate and reflects our collective commitments to a smooth, transparent, and sustainable transition of the University of Ghana Medical Center into the University of Ghana. We trust that the recommendations herein will support continuity, strengthen governance, and safeguard the center's long-term vision. On behalf of the Transition Committee, therefore, I wish, Mr. President, to thank you for the confidence reposed in us and for the opportunity to serve our dear nation. We respectfully submit this final report for your consideration. Thank you.
Yes, other members of the... Please open up to the other side. Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Please, you may resume your seats. Shall we please receive His Excellency the President?
Sit down, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to thank the committee for the diligence with which you've approached the task that you were given, and for completing that task and presenting your report to us. University of Ghana Medical Center is our highest quaternary medical facility in this country. Indeed, it's of world-class standard, and we want to see it maintain that standard both in terms of clinical care and in terms of logistics and equipment. And so we want to find the best path in which we can maintain the hospital at the standard in which it is. And of course, like I said, the intention of building the hospital was to create it as a world-class center of research and learning for the University of Ghana. And so I'm happy that you have completed and presented this report, and we're looking to study the report, and we'll take it to Cabinet for discussion, and once Cabinet takes a decision and adopts the report, we will itemize what the steps are towards an eventual full transition of the hospital into the service of the university. And so let me thank the committee very much for this presentation. And I don't know if your work was gratis, but if it was, your reward is in heaven. And we thank you very much for this great work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Another round of applause, please, for HC the President. Please, in the interest of time, please bear with us. Shall we please rise for the national anthem, please? Sorry. Thank you very much. We'll take one group at the foyer, please, with all the members. Thank you very much.